Hey everybody, I am back and I wanted to do this video this last Saturday, so like the 28th of July. It's now August 2nd, so I'm not too far behind, but I wanted to upload a video talking about my camp experience, my very first year at Camp Leanna, and what I thought about it, and kind of like a lowdown on the week and everything. So yeah, I ended up leaving on July 21st, and I went down with I think it was 5 junior faculty and one of our camp directors, and we went down early to camp and just to get everything like unloaded, because we had an entire trailer of decorations, from Christmas trees to Christmas ornaments to little knickknacks and things like that you can set out during Christmas. There was nativity scenes, garland, lights, tons and tons of lights, guys. And so all of us, we took our stuff for the week down with us. We loaded it up in the church van, and most of us, me and most of the junior faculty, rode in the church van and went down to Camp Leanna. We left the church at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and what should have only taken us about an hour and a half took us a little longer. We left at 2, but we did not get down to the campgrounds until 4:40. And then it took us 10 minutes to unload everything from the trailer. So about 5 o'clock, we got everything unloaded. And we worked a little bit separating things, getting the Christmas trees together, which, guys, there was like 23 trees. No kidding. Like, legit 23 trees. And so, I'll get to that in a minute. But, so, after working for a while and getting things going and separated and stuff, we were all getting hungry, because it was like 6:30 by this time. So, we were like all starving. And, so we decided to hop in the van, and we went and grabbed food. So we went to a Mexican restaurant down there in Washington, and guys, it was so good. I had a vegetable burrito. It had yellow and green squash. It had mushrooms. It had roasted red bell pepper. It had, see, what else did it have? It had roasted tomatoes. It was like delicious. It was like delicious. So after we ate, we went back and we finished setting up, and one of the things we were able to do was like work on, like, we found out our room assignments, and it was weird. This year there was more boys than girls, so the boys slept in Valley View, and Valley View is our big building down there. It's actually where it's got 2 sides of the building that has sleeping quarters. And then right in the middle downstairs, it used to be a gymnasium, but it's now a worship center. So boys, they were, if they had to go back up to their rooms before worship or whatever, they had it easy. Us girls, not so much. Us girls were in Lakeview. Now Lakeview, smaller, only 2 sides, A block and B block. I was on A block. And I only had 1 window, and I had 8 campers and my junior faculty. Excuse me, sorry. I'll try that again. 8 campers and a junior faculty. And the way our window was situated was like we could look out on the deck, and then we could see Valley View. And on the other side, like if you were closer to like A1, if you were like A1 room, you could like look out and see the lake, which is why it's called Lakeview. And like right in the middle of A block and B block, was our missions room. So that made it easy for us because a lot of times we had time before lunch to go back to our rooms and work on memory verses and so like that. So it just made it really easy for us girls to go from missions to back to our rooms for like our quiet time and our memory work and stuff like that. So my junior faculty and I, that Saturday night, were able to get most of our room completely set up. Actually, we ended up getting the whole thing completely set up. I'd taken some Christmas bulbs with me. I had bought some that wouldn't shatter, so they're like hard styrofoam covered in glitter. We never ended up using those, but that's okay. I'll end up using them probably in my classroom this year. And so we got our beds set and ready to go, and then I realized my fitted sheet wouldn't fit my bed, and I was told that I had a full-size bed. Well, I brought full-size sheets. My full-size fitted sheet would not fit my bed. So there were several of us, myself, a faculty, and junior faculty, who needed to get some stuff from Walmart, and we were going to do a midnight run. We were going to go at midnight to Walmart, to Super Walmart in Washington, and get this done. But it's like 10:30 at night, and we ended up going to Walmart and getting what we needed. So I ended up buying new sheets for my bed just so I could make my bed to sleep that night. And it worked. I bought a queen-sized fitted sheet, and it fit perfect. So, note to self for Winterfest and Camp Ileana next year: queen-size sheets. So I'll be using this one sheet for Camp Ileana. So yeah, that was an adventure because it was dark and I didn't know the area, and it was raining too. And then our director, who I went down with, let me drive her car, so that was even more like oh my goodness, like I have to be super, super careful on this. But we got home. We got back to camp safely. It ended up being home by the end of the week. It's just like, we were all asking, do we really have to go home? And I hadn't felt that since like my second or third year of the camp I grew up at. So to have that feeling was just like astounding. So we all went to bed, and that Saturday night, and the next morning, Sunday the 22nd, we all got up and kind of gathered in Joshua Lodge, which is where the deans, the directors, were staying, and we got a bite for breakfast. And one of the things that we got at Walmart the night before was a thing of donuts for breakfast. Well, I can't eat donuts, not really. They had a tendency to make me sick, and I didn't really want to be sick. So I'd gotten myself some oatmeal, and that's what I ate. But we went to church, and really, really cute church. Larger than the one I attend. But that's okay. Everyone was very welcoming, and worship was good. The message was good. So if you're ever in Washington, Indiana, check out, I think it's Bethany Christian Church, or Bethel Christian Church, something like that. Bethany Christian Church, I think. Sorry, have to have my coffee. And so after we did church, those of us who rode with our dean that we came down with all went and grabbed some coffee, and it was some of the best coffee ever. Like, legit. Even if I did forget to order mine with, like, almond milk, because I can't have dairy, I was fine. The Lord knew that I'd be okay, so I was able to do that. But we ended up going back to camp and finished setting up, and then about 1:30, the pizza that we ordered for lunch arrived, and so we all went up to Joshua Lodge again, and just sat in there and just ate and talked and just kind of relaxed before the craziness started. Me and a couple of the junior faculty, we had a small project we were getting ready to work on, like right when they said pizza was here, or pizza was there. And so we ate fairly quickly, and then we went straight back down to Valley View to work on it. And I'll get to my junior faculty in a second, and one of the other junior faculty. We're awesome friends. I'll get to that in a minute. But our cutoff line was like 3:30 because like we were told that our campers, like even though check-in wasn't until 5, campers and things like that would start arriving like 3:30, quarter 4. And they were right. We had a camper and their mother come in to Valley View while we were finishing decorating the entrance. It's like, hey, can my son use the bathroom? And we're like, yeah, sure. It's like right over there, So that happened. And then so about 3:30, quarter 4, we stopped. And then we had a meeting, a faculty staff meeting at 4, where I had to refill out my paperwork, which I thought I had sent in via email. So I'm not quite sure what happened with that one. But I had to refill it out. And there were some things like I couldn't fill out. Like I knew my character references names, but I didn't know their phone numbers. And I didn't know, there was something else I didn't know. But my dean, who asked me to come down, she was like, it's okay. I can vouch for you. So that was good for me. And so I got all that filled out, and so we were good to go. And then after we were dismissed, we were able to go back up to our rooms and get ready for the onslaught of all of our campers. And so we had, it started very slowly. We only had one girl come in first. And then it was probably about 20 minutes later, we had 2 or 3 more come in. And the next thing you know, wham, it's like all at one time. We had like 5 of them come in. And we thought we were going to have a problem because we had, all of our beds were full. We had one extra pull-out bed underneath my bed if we had to use it. But we had 2 campers come into our room, and we're like, don't know what's going on. So we had to go get Sarah, who was our dean that we came down with. And she took care of everything. And so, whew, that was like, that was taken care of. And so we helped the girls get unpacked. Well, their parents helped them get unpacked and their beds made up. And so while they were doing that, they were able to make up bed tags because we all had bed tags. My junior faculty, JC, actually, it was kind of her idea. She started it because she made one that said JC and then underneath it said junior faculty. And so I asked her if she could make me one. And so she did. And mine was like pink and glitter and yellow roses. And my bedding for that week was Belle, and my blanket that I brought was pink and white and had yellow roses. So it was just like perfect. It was Belle. And so we all ended up making one, and we just taped it to our beds. And they loved our Christmas lights, and they loved the snowflakes, and they loved my bedding. All of my Beauty and the Beast stuff I brought with me. They were just in love with it. And then Sunday night, we all went down to the cafeteria, and we had dinner. We had pizza. And then it had been raining, and we were supposed to have a night swim Sunday night. But since it had been raining and stuff, our events got switched around. So our Sunday and Monday got switched. But that's okay, because our Sunday night activity was a glow party. It was awesome. Like really, really, truly amazing. And so, yeah, there's not really much else I can say about the glow party, except it was like really, really amazing. I was super tired. I thought like when I'd wake up the next morning, like that Monday morning, the 23rd, that I'd be so sore and everything, but no, I wasn't. I was actually feeling really good. I wasn't really sore. My legs didn't hurt. My feet didn't hurt. My back didn't hurt. I felt really, really good. And I'm like, yes. But there was like every kind of music, like legit. Um, like there was Cupid Shuffle, which I can do, and then there was a new one introduced to me called the Church Clap. I couldn't do it Sunday night, but by the time the week ended, I could church clap, and I am awesome at it. So if they do church clap next year, I will be ready for it. Um, Monday started our routine. Wake up was about 7 o'clock for the girls. I had my alarm set for like 7:15 in the morning, and so that was good. We had about 45 minutes to get up and get dressed to get ready. At 8 o'clock was devotionals. My junior faculty and my girls went down to Valley View for their devotionals, and faculty, the adult faculty, went up to the cafeteria for their devotional. And since we were already up there, we were asked by one of the other deans, Zach, to, if we wouldn't mind, to stay and serve breakfast. And so that became a morning routine for us. I served breakfast every morning. And it was honestly a joy and a pleasure. I don't know if I've said this in any of my videos before, but I find joy in serving. And so not only was I serving as a faculty member for the week, but just being able to serve breakfast in the morning is those little small things, like seeing their excited faces on what we're having for breakfast, or, asking them, say, hey, do you want bacon? Or, hey, do you want fruit? And if they said yes, I'm like, alrighty, here you go. Like, one morning we had a choice between watermelon and oranges, I think it was. And a lot of the kids kept saying oranges, and I'm like, fantastic choice. And so I put some oranges on their plate, and, they'd be like, thank you. I'm like, you are so welcome. And just, yeah. And of course, my girls they were excited to see me too. So, it was a little extra special thing for them to see the extra serving that I got to do and see how much joy, that I got out of it. And that the joy that I had, it was because I was not only serving them, but I was serving the Lord. And, yeah, like I just said, I think on one of my other videos, on my earlier videos, sometimes I don't understand where all of my energy comes from when I'm serving, like, with children and different things like that. And camp is another thing, because, I was tired when I got home Thursday night, but I wasn't as tired as I thought I'd be. So, well, I'll get to that later. But anyways, after breakfast, we would get ready for our class time. It was divided. Girls would do our teaching first thing in the morning, so about 9:30. And then the boys had missions, and then we'd switch. And the girls would go to missions, the boys would go down to their lesson. And the lessons were held in Valley View. And so it was really good and everything. I enjoyed it. And then we had our time of quiet. Like, if you had lunch second, you had quiet time first. And if you had lunch first, you had quiet time second. So it was like time to get ready. Like, that quiet time was time to rest, time to work on memory work, time to get ready for your recs that afternoon, which we went swimming every single day. It was awesome. I ended up getting sunburned on Wednesday. My entire back, in fact. And so I now have this, like, really weird tan line. It's a little awkward. Because I was wearing a crisscross back swimsuit. And so I've got this really weird tan line. Anyways, we did our recs, like we did the high swing, the ropes course, zip line, canoeing. Which next year I'm going to take Dramamine with me so I can go on the zip line, because I wasn't feeling well the day that we did zip line, which I think pretty sure it was Wednesday. I wasn't feeling well, and I just didn't want to take that chance. And plus, I wasn't quite sure if the harnesses and everything would hold me with my weight. But our instructor for that activity, he was a heavier guy, and so he said he's done the zip line, so I shouldn't have to be too worried about it. But yeah, all my kids love the activities. So Monday night we had our night swim, and after our night swim we had campfire. So we went from swimming to a campfire. That was really, really cool. I hadn't done a group campfire since times of me growing up at the camp I grew up at. And we sang Christmas songs, and it was just so much fun. And I got to sing with one of our junior faculty, who, he's a dear friend of mine. He's a really, 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 really dear friend of mine. I've known him for a couple of years now, and actually met through VBS. So yeah, there's that. And we, like, him, my junior faculty, and myself, we hung out a lot that week. And it was awesome. I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. Then Tuesday, same morning routine, different rec activities, but we had the amazing race. And so by groups, like for our rec activities, we were divided up into groups. Like with my group, I was A4, and so we were with C4, I think. A4 and C4, A1's, yes. A4 and C4 were together all week for our activities. And for like the high ropes and the zip line and big swing and canoeing, that kind of thing. And so it was the same thing for the amazing race. So each group was in charge of we started off in the pavilion where it was a race to decorate a Christmas tree. It was awesome. Our tree wasn't the greatest looking. It had this whole, like, one side was gold, one side was silver kind of thing. It was interesting, not gonna lie, but it was good. It was done. And so my mistake that I made was I thought I was gonna run it with the kids. And so I ran from the pavilion all the way down to the bottom of the hill, past Valley View, getting ready to go onto the road to the high ropes. I ran the entire way. I regret it. I really do. I regret the entire thing. Just the running part, that is. But it was good. It was really, really good. It was fun. And we had canteen right afterwards. So it was very enjoyable. And what else? So that was the amazing race. Then Wednesday, same routine. And we had our dive-in movie, which we watched The Star. And it was really great. I loved doing the night swims. They were so much fun. And just being able to hang out with my girls and hang out with JC and Wade, the two junior faculty I've been talking about. And yeah, it was fun. We were all really tired by the time we got back to our room, and I ended up taking a shower that night. And I'll tell you right now, having a sunburned scalp, a sunburned face, and a sunburned back while trying to take a shower, oh my heavens. It hurt like crazy amounts. And so it was a little rough. It was more than a little rough. But yeah. And so, let's see what else. And Thursday morning was really sad because one of our girls ended up having to leave at like 7:30 in the morning, which was like redonkulous. Because, yeah, I was loving my girls. I was like, by Tuesday night, I had like such a connection with my girls. It was like insane. But Thursday, it was good. Our routine was a little different though. We did have our devos, and the adults, we served breakfast, but we went from breakfast to our recs. So we had swimming and high swing. Yeah. So we did high swing first, and then the chance for swimming or the canoeing. The girls wanted to do canoeing, and so we did that, and we just ended up going back to our room before lunch. And so we went and had lunch, and then we had our closing worship session. And one of the best things for me this week was I got to witness my junior faculty baptizing one of our girls. So it was a huge blessing to be part of her life this last week. And honestly, the part of all the girls in my room, their lives this last week. And so we were cleaning and packing, and just emotions were running all over the place. None of us wanted to leave. And it had become home for us, and the connection we had and the bonds we had. And as my girls were leaving, I'd give them hugs, and I'm like, hey, if you guys come back next year to junior 4, it's like, try to find my name, it's like, I'll be here again next year, junior 4, and we'll see what we can do. And so I'm hoping that I get some of my girls from this year next year. And I know a couple of kids that I feel like would really enjoy Camp Ileana. One of the kids at my church, I know he would enjoy it. He's going to be in 6th grade next year. Not this month, but next year, so 2019. So I know he would enjoy it. He's just that kind of person. I just know he would. I just don't know if his parents. I'd talk to his parents about it. So the worst that can happen is like they say, nah. It's like, maybe not this year. I'm like, okay, what else? Cool. But anyways, I'm kind of let this video go like haywire. It's at like 27 minutes right now. But yeah, this whole experience, I couldn't have asked for a better group of girls and a better junior faculty for my first summer at Camp Ileana. Even though it was my very first summer, I feel like I had been going there forever because it just felt so natural. I did have to have JC lead a couple of times because I wasn't quite sure where we were going. But that's okay because, I was new and everything like that. So next year I'll have a better idea of where I'm going. I hope. But yeah, I am so excited for next year, for next summer. I will always be at junior 4. That is where I feel at home at. And it's a great group of girls and great group of kids. And I honestly, if I'm asked to help with other age groups, I would love to. I think working with middle school kids, that would be a very interesting week. I feel like there could be a lot going on there, service-wise. So yeah. But I'm just excited to see what the Lord has planned for me in this way of serving, and just go along with his lead and just trust that he's got it in control, and he knows what he's doing, because he does. He knows exactly what he's doing in my life and with my story, and he knows that my service is where I find joy, and yeah. But that is my little camp review, and like I said, I'm very excited to go back next year. I've already started making a mental packing list. So, like, I need an extra blanket. I need spray on sunscreen so my back doesn't get burned again. Though, that's the thing. I had sunscreen on, and I still got burned. I had SPF 70, people. SPF 70. But anyways, just wanted to make this video and give you an idea of what my week was like and what I experienced and what I thought, and just, yeah. So I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk with you all later. And remember, you are awesome. Bye, guys.